My girlfriend is 39 weeks pregnant and my mom has come to town to stay with us, so we have someone to take care of our 3-year-old and cats when we go to the hospital. My girlfriend and mom usually get along, so it was a good idea, but my girlfriend has been causing some issues this week and now I'm stuck in the middle between two angry women and wondering if I'm the asshole. The main issue: my mom is an amazing cook, but admittedly she doesn't always cook the healthiest because growing up me and my brother hated vegetables. My mom has cooked dinner for us every night since she got here 5 days ago, and tonight my girlfriend said she would cook. My mom told her not to worry because she already had it planned. So my girlfriend told her that maybe she could cook for herself, our toddler and me, but my GF needed something specific tonight. They kind of went back and forth with my mom offering to cook what she wanted until my girlfriend rather rudely said she just wanted to cook for herself tonight. My mom is extremely offended and hurt, and my girlfriend is pissed off because she says she needs certain nutrients in foods right now and she can't let being polite get in the way of maintaining a healthy diet. I decided to take my mom's side because she offered to cook my GF what she wanted, and GF literally ended up just eating boiled green beans and broccoli, which my mom easily could have done. Plus the baby is already grown and she takes prenatal vitamins every day, so I felt she was being a bit dramatic. I told my girlfriend I expect her to apologize to my mom, and she told me I'm being an asshole and need to butt out. Next story. For context, I, 29 NB, am AF, T student and work P, T while in school, F, T while not. I am also autistic and my social, living needs vary significantly to neurotypical people, non-neurodivergent. My roommate, 32F, quit her job 2 months ago, is currently unemployed and is neurotypical. I have lived in this apartment for almost 6 years and she's moved in just over a year and a half ago. She is my friend's older sister and we did not really know each other when she moved in. Moral of the story is I am struggling to life with her and want her to move out. My main concerns were regarding disrespecting established boundaries, trauma-related. I asked that she let me know ahead of time if she is having a strange man, meaning stranger to me, over, so I can be prepared for an encounter that may be triggering. Additionally, in general she does not contribute to household tasks and undercontributes to grocery, toiletry costs. All concerns have been discussed many times, but often net convenient excuses and minimal, if any, follow-up action on her part. However, after disrespecting this boundary a couple of times that we worked through, she told me that a male friend from Portugal was coming to stay with her, meaning in our apartment, for 10 days. She further explained that she wanted to make sure he bought his ticket before letting me know, stating she didn't want to bring it up unless it was actually happening. This made me feel really uncomfortable as I felt that I didn't have a choice or say in the matter as he already bought his plane ticket. After a few days in a therapy session of reflection, I decided that I was not comfortable having her friend stay with us and asked her to make time so we could talk about it. In this talk I also expressed that I felt like I cannot trust her to be considerate of specific needs or to respect my boundaries after repeatedly disregarding them, and ultimately that I do not think we are compatible as roommate, and asked her to move out but expressed that she signed the lease and if necessary can stay for the remaining months, 6 months. So this brings me to WIBTA. This was a month ago and I am at my wit's end with trying to live alongside her and feeling really frustrated at her in general being a terrible roommate. I want to ask her to move out before the lease is up. I want my best friend, who is very understanding of my needs, boundaries, to move in instead, but I am struggling to figure out how to do that and not feel like a terrible human. Next story. Honestly writing this while half asleep, excuse that. Will answer any questions when possible, might be in morning. I have 2 daughters, 6 and 7. The 7-year-old will be turning 8 this month. Every year my sister has gotten some sort of lavish present. She's always been this way. She tries to buy love rather than putting in the effort. One year it was a trampoline, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, laptop, Kindle, and she wanted to get an iPad last year, not all in the same year. The children have sort of begun to see her as the fun person, as she always has treats and fun activities planned or just has time to play Roblox with them when she babysits them. This year, last notice, she's told me she won't be able to do anything. She's opening her own nursery. I'm proud of her. But at the same time, my daughter's turning 8, she doesn't need expensive presents, it's the thought that counts. We got into a huge argument. My side as well, it's the thought that counts. Get a 20 pounds toy or something, just show that you care. Her side is that my daughters have a ton of lol dolls, stuffed toys and dolls. That something small wouldn't be worth anything as it'd get lost. I told her I assume she won't be coming to the birthday party then? And she isn't, as she's busy. We haven't seen her in 4 months now. My daughter, eldest, says she's been playing Roblox with her though. Sister is claiming I'm being unsupportive. My husband is on my side, but I feel like I'm going crazy because nobody else is. All I'm saying is it's the thought. For Christmas I gave my whole family a list. An example would be the lol dollhouse and camper van, which alone is something like 400 pounds total. Like, take the day off and go to the zoo? Next story. Okay Reddit, I need an unbiased opinion on this situation because I know my mom can be unreasonable. However, my mom, sister, and dad all feel the same way. For the record, I don't agree with them and I think IWBTA if I didn't start paying rent. My 29F, BF, 32M, and I have been together 6 years and we have a great relationship. He's very thoughtful and treats me amazing. During that entire time I've either been working a shitty job or going to school. He never charged me rent, nor did he expect me to pay rent. He only expected me to do the cleaning and chores of the house. This was never an agreement we discussed, but eventually it became a mutual understanding. So, I maintained a clean home despite living with 2 very messy roommates and their 2 very dirty dogs. The only thing that ever bothered me was that when I complained about how messy everyone was, my BF would remind me that I'm not paying rent, so it was my responsibility to keep the home clean. It was frustrating because I would spend all day deep cleaning and the roommates' dogs would destroy a whole day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. We talked about how this response made me feel unappreciated and he apologized, but I still could never complain without him reminding me I'm not paying rent. Also, I contributed everything I had financially in other ways like groceries, food, and on interior decor that made his house feel more like our home. Honestly, all of these things probably added up to more than if I had just paid rent. I spent all my money and that might be why my mom is bitter about the whole thing. But it's not my BF's fault because he never asked me to spend all my money on those things. In fact, he asked me several times not to. Fast forward to the current and I'm finally done with school and starting a well-paying job, yay. We already agreed on a discounted amount of $700 per month. We've also already kicked the messy roommate out along with his dogs, and we've also agreed that the chores responsibilities will be split evenly between us from now on. I think this is reasonable now that I'm finally making money and can contribute to bills. This is how functioning adult relationships work, right? Well, my mom and sister both think that because he owns the house and already has 2 other roommates, only one for now, but eventually we will replace the messy one we just kicked out, that it's unnecessary for me to pay rent. She also thinks I shouldn't be getting charged rent simply because I'm his girlfriend. My mom thinks he's taking advantage of me and that he'll never marry me if I start paying rent. They both think it would be different if we were at least engaged to be married. They tried to persuade me that I shouldn't pay, but I'm already content with our agreement. Their biggest issue is that we're not engaged or married yet, so I shouldn't contribute anything until then. Next story. My bow staff, fire spinning instrument, was stolen from an event in October last year. The next day, someone I have mutual friends with and follow on Instagram posted a video of them spinning fire with what looked like my instrument. It is very plausible they took my instrument because they run in the same crowds as the people who were at the event that night. I did not accuse them at the time because I did not have enough evidence. They have since deleted the post, but the other day they posted an Instagram story in which they turned their bow staff into a co-track. Based on the photo, I could tell that it was either my bow staff or one that looks very similar. I sent them a direct message and asked for a closer photo of the middle of the staff. They read the message and didn't respond, so I told them they had until 8 p.m., more than an hour later, to respond. They ignored me, so I tagged them in my story questioning whether they stole it. They immediately saw the post and messaged me, "My brother in Christ, I did not steal your bow staff." I deleted the post to give them the benefit of the doubt and gave them a call. When we talked on the phone, they were oddly calm and composed about the whole thing. They did not seem put off that I was accusing them. They were more concerned about proving their innocence. They sent me pictures of their staff, but the quality of the photo, the setting, and the staff itself was all different from the photo I saw in their story. At that point, I knew they would never admit it if it was them, so I simply asked them to see how this looked from my perspective. They said they did not understand how they were related to the theft, despite that their group of friends is the only group in this area who spin fire and would have any interest in my staff. Upon further inquiry, they told me a story about how they bought a bow staff in March that was 54 inches, 6 inches less than mine, and traded it with their friend for a longer staff. When I asked about it, my word choice and tone implied my staff was also 54, and they confirmed the one in the photo was longer. I then revealed that mine was in fact 60 inches and they stammered a bit. At this point they amended their story, contradicting earlier details. My new theory is that their friend stole it and they were covering for them. But am I the asshole for potentially falsely accusing this person on social media? I took the post down after about 15 seconds, and he never accused me of being an asshole, but if he is telling the truth, I feel bad if anyone else saw.